What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for an early live um, because I have things to do. Justin is back, so if you haven't checked out Justin's daily video, go check it out because he will be back hopefully uh, almost every single day now. Julian also as well soon, but go check out Justin's daily because he's back. I'm gonna talk about obviously yesterday's game. I'm gonna talk about what transpired today with the UEFA, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about Vlahovic because it's becoming it's becoming more of an issue every single game basically because it's getting worse and worse and worse to a point where it's actually sad to watch, you know. And yesterday was indeed sad to watch in general. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. Also, want to touch on Di Maria really quickly, a little bit. Uh, so yeah, let's go. Okay, I'll start off with the game yesterday because the day after, it's frustrating. Like it doesn't hurt because we were bad. No, we were really bad, but it hurts because we were so bad and we were getting away with a result. And you might say you cannot get away with it every single time, and I agree. But you were on schedule to get away with it very easily because Inter are a bad team as well. You know, they're a bad team, and they showed that yesterday, as we did. But you were getting away with a win, a very important win. You know, um, going into the return leg with 1-0 is very good. You know, it's probably the way they played. It's probably enough to make it into the final. No, I said I wanted 2 goal cushion. We have 0 goal cushion, but the way they played, it wasn't good. I was expecting a reaction after the Fiorentina game. They came out very flat. You know, nothing special in that game. So the fact that we scored out of nowhere and we were basically getting away with it, I was pissed. I'm still pissed, but I was like, okay, I'll take the win. You know, this season, whatever it is, what it is, I'll take the win, and I'll run with it. But we couldn't even, you know, how hold on to a very easy, like a very yeah. At the end of the day, it would have been an easy win in terms of you were playing a very bad side as well, you know. But we didn't, you know, and we messed it up, or like we need to call it how it is. Bremer messed it up, you know. That was very that was just stupid. I don't know what he was doing. I have absolutely no idea what he was doing because it was a clear handball. He wasn't even complaining about it. Nobody. It was clear, you know. So no need to make excuses. It was a clear handball. It won't get more clear than that. And it was out of nowhere, out of nothing, because that ball was going to no one. There was no danger, and we threw away a game we shouldn't be throwing away in the first place. You know, especially how the game went. My biggest issue is that we went into the game. It reminded me a little bit to Milan away this season, where we just went there and were like, hopefully we can get a point, and we didn't even try to attack. I felt the same yesterday, maybe to a lesser degree, but we didn't go on that pitch to win that game. We didn't. We were just waiting for a moment. If that moment came, good. If that moment didn't come, whatever. We have a return leg, I think the 26th of April. And that's what was happening. That moment came because it was the only chance, besides the Di Maria one in the first minute, we got in the entire game. And we took it. Or like Cuadrado took it. And other than that, nothing, you know. And I'll keep saying it. I will keep repeating it. And I will repeat it probably for a very long time. We don't create enough chances. We don't. We only create chances, again, from set pieces and crosses. Or Chiesa or Di Maria doing an absolutely madness. And that's it. If you are fine with that, good. But you cannot come at me and say we create a lot. We don't. We absolutely don't. Like, that's not enough. We don't create enough chances. Against Verona and Inter, if you play the Serie B side, you play Inter at home, if you can call off top of your head how many chances we created, that's not a good sign. That's absolutely like the goals. Di Maria and Bremer missing an absolute sitter against Verona. We don't create chances. We just don't, because the style we play is terrible. It's terrible. It's not sustainable. To get back to the top consistently, things need to change. It's as simple as that. I, I, I saw people talking about the DNA of the club, or that was a discussion. The DNA of this club is winning. Ugly wins, whatever. It's not playing ugly, getting results, getting into the top 4. That's not the DNA. The DNA is winning. If we were winning titles, I could keep up with this. But we are. We are not. We are far away from doing that. So it's very difficult to watch. It's painful to watch because yesterday was absolutely dreadful. It was very difficult to keep your eyes on the game because it was just boring. There was nothing in there. You never had a feeling we were going to score. And beside Inter making an absolutely mistake at the back, there was nothing in that game. It was terrible to watch, And I think nobody's shocked, obviously. But you need to separate the two. We are winning games. We're not winning trophies. This club is not made for winning just games. It's winning trophies. That's the DNA of the club. Like, if we play well and we don't win, I will also come on and say, this is not good enough. We need to win. We're not doing any of the two at this moment in time. We're just not. And we're probably not going to win playing like this. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. If you go into Europe and you play a Man U and you play one of those teams, there's no way on earth you're gonna create so many chances or enough chances to counteract what they are gonna create and probably gonna put away. Like how? Anthony's saying we played bad yesterday and we nearly won. I saw a lot of praise for Quadrado yesterday, but it was horrible. Di Marco and Bastoni were roasting him badly, especially in the first half. The first comment on the video was, talk now about Quadrado. I will talk. He scored a good goal, a clutch goal again. He's not good. Again, you can be short-minded and be like, but he scored a goal, whatever. He's not good. He hasn't been good for years. Everybody has a moment here and there, even if you're crap. Hazard hasn't played for I don't know how many games, like almost 300 days. He came on and had an assist. Do you think Real Madrid fans will be now, where are you now? He played and he had an assist. People are too fixated on numbers, for certain, for this. He gets a goal. I praise him. Clutch. That's who he is. He will come up clutch in certain moments. But his play, he's just not good. He's just not good. He hasn't been good. And I agree, he wasn't good yesterday. He got the goal, credit, but that doesn't mean you could just wipe away everything that's happened for almost 2 years now. It's ridiculous. Like, people are short-minded. If you win a game, you cannot say anything, but when you look at the big picture, you're absolutely stale. Like, compared to when Allegri came in, it's just stale. Like, there's no improvement. People are fighting over stupid little things. We can see the 2 less goals compared to last season. What the hell? How is that helping us? Like, do you want me to flex about it? Do you want me to be happy about it? Like, is this what we have become? That we are going from winning titles year in, year out to celebrating, but we conceded a few more less goals compared to the same point 2 years ago. Like, it's ridiculous, but that's what this club has become, I guess, and I will never accept it because yesterday was just poor. And I said in my match reaction, I can accept an L, a draw. It's football. You can not win every single game, but if you come out like that and you play like that with intentions in that type of game, what do you want me to say? I'll accept that? I don't. You never gave it a go. Never. You play at home. You never gave it a go. You gave it a better go away to Inter than at home. It's ridiculous, but whatever, I guess, We threw away a good opportunity, because we were bad. They were bad. The question is, are they going to be this bad in a couple of weeks? You would expect no, and who knows, who knows who's injured and not back then, by then. We threw away a golden opportunity, playing absolutely crap and still getting away with a win, important win. But we didn't. We messed it up. And it is what it is, I guess. Before I move on, I want to again highlight Gatti, because I said in my preview, I said, is he gonna keep up with these type of performances? And the answer is absolutely yes, because he is playing lights out. Even yesterday, he was very good again, which is a good sign. Bonucci is back in training today. If Allegri has any, how do you want to say that? Any, balls. He will keep Gatti in that lineup because he deserves to be in that lineup. Let's see if he pulls out a McKennie Fagioli stunt, or if he actually keeps Gatti in that lineup, because he deserves to be in that lineup now. I was critical because I was saying he needs to improve. He's too rash in a certain moment. In the first minute yesterday, I was like, oh, he's back at it. But he flipped the switch again, and he was composed and cool for the entirety of the game, which is get credit to him. And if you're playing this well, you should be staying in the team no matter who's behind you. That's all what I always say. If you're playing well consistently, you deserve to start. So he deserves to start. So shout out to him, because he was excellent yesterday. Again, he was brilliant. Now, what happened post game, because I need to address it. Actually, I didn't. The game ended, I turned the TV off, and I recorded my match reaction. So I had no idea until I uploaded the video and made the thumbnail. Then I actually saw what happened, because I actually, the game ended, I turned it off. I didn't see anything, absolutely anything, until after I recorded and uploaded the video. What happened in the stands by a few idiots, well, it's embarrassing. And they should get punished, and they will get punished, obviously. I think people are too focused on what random Twitter accounts or Instagram pages from the UK are posting about the club, whatever. It's a pointless discussion to have, because Juventus are the only club in Italy who will act on these things very quickly. They will, because they have the tools for it. They have done it in the past, and they will do it again. What people say outside of the club in the world, it is what it is. We will, I'm not gonna go on Twitter and have the debate, oh, your fan base is more racist. It's ridiculous. It's pointless. It's being a hypocrite, because every fan base has these people, because they're everywhere. It's not based on fan bases. It's based on people being idiots. So that's pointless to have that discussion. I knew the moment that happened, the club will act on it. The Serie A put out a statement, and they basically confirmed it. Like Juve did in the past, they will do what they need to do and act quickly. And that's why I was calm in terms of, it's a few idiots, and they will get caught by the club, and they will get, banned from the stadium, from every stadium basically. And that's what I was expecting, and that's what transpired today. I'm not going to go on Twitter or whatever, having a discussion with everybody. Oh, what about this? What about this? There's no consistency. We knew that. We saw it with Stankovic against Roma, Kostic, Vlahovic, Keane. There's no consistency. So I was like, it's up to the club. Juve is doing their thing. Other clubs are not. That's the issue. If not everybody is going in the same direction, you're going to get this. It is what it is. And again, that's all I'm going to say. Because again, even the fights, I've still no idea what happened. I have absolutely no idea what happened completely. But people got red carded. Let's see what will happen, because there are a lot of videos. That's it. The club acted as I expected, and I want to say we need to move on, but it's actually the Italian league, the Italian federations that need to move on and do something. But they're not. They're busy with absolutely random things that have no impact on improving Italian football, and that will show in what I'm going to talk about next. Is that Gravina, the president of the Italian Federation, has been appointed as vice president of the UEFA. Now, the moment that happened, I wasn't shocked. It made a lot of sense, and it's actually hilarious at the same point, because it makes sense because of the stance Gravina took forever, even now, trying to hide certain papers from the club for the defense. I was like, this is weird, weird behavior. He took an L. The Super League thing, he was very critical and all those things. But how can a person that is at the top of Italian football that is going nowhere, stadiums that are crumbling down, lack of interest, empty stadiums, losing money, all those things. How is a person who is doing this of a poor job become vice president of the UEFA? The answer is very simple. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna tell you because it's pointless. The answer is very easy. It's very simple, and him becoming vice president makes a lot of sense because he and Sheffield are just having a personal vendetta, and it's ridiculous. UEFA is going behind, as you can see, in certain things. They're trying to punish clubs when courts have already ruled they cannot do that, and this can go ugly really quickly. If the European Court speaks up and speaks in favor of the UEFA, things can get really ugly for a lot of clubs. And the fact that Gravina is involved in both big time is a big problem for the league. It is. It is a big problem for the league. Now, if the ruling goes in favor of the clubs, then it's the biggest L Ceferin, Gravina will ever take, and they will probably get removed really quickly because they're leading a sinking ship at that point. So we need to see how that will go escalating, or how that will go. But Gravina becoming vice president is obviously not a good thing, because I think the direction or the idea is very clear now. Again, not shocked because this makes a lot of sense for how Sheffield has been talking, and Gravina was basically written in the stars. But it is what it is. Like I said, they are focusing on weird things. Excuse me. There was news today that John Elkann could take a plea deal with UEFA. Justin talked about him. There's absolutely no chance in the world that he's going to do that. There isn't. Because that means he's hanging out Agnelli to dry. That means he's accepting defeat. That means he is accepting the family. Because all these decisions about doing this have been checked by Agnelli with Elkann. You cannot make those type of decisions without him. That means he will admit he was wrong as well. So that's not going to happen. I see a lot of Gazzetta dello Sport reports claiming that, they want to punish him before the claim, and then it's after the claim. They're trying to put pressure on the clubs, but the clubs are just going to wait on the ruling from the European Court. That's what they're going to do, and there is already a ruling that they cannot be punished, so they're calm. It's just sending threats again. When the news first broke, and they were saying you cannot play for the country anymore, and all those players coming out saying that's bullshit, you cannot tell us what to do because that's ridiculous. At that point, you already felt that it can escalate really quickly, and that European Court ruling will be very ugly for any side. So let's see how that will go. But that's that. I want to talk about Vlahovic before I leave, because this is going to be a quick live. I'm from Belgium, by the way. But Vlahovic and even Di Maria yesterday, Di Maria was really poor, and when he came off, he was pissed. Allegri admitted he was pissed because he wanted to play. Then Allegri said, I needed somebody in and around the box that could break open the game. Chiesa, which didn't help. I was very disappointed in Chiesa yesterday because he was playing heads down again, and that's when he's at his poorest. He's all over the place now mentally, which is not a good thing. But Vlahovic, it's getting worse. Yesterday wasn't probably the best example because we created absolutely nothing. Now it's becoming so bad that people are expecting him to score goals from ridiculous angles. Like the Fagioli cross, I think everybody remembers that one in the second half because that's probably the only thing that happened. It was just a bit too far. Vlahovic stretched his entire body and He connected, but it was impossible to connect and do something significant. At that moment, I saw so many people saying, "Oh, there should be a goal." I'm like, "You're lying. Like you're desperate. You're putting. You should be putting pressure on Vlahovic because he needs to start scoring goals. No excuses. I mean, there are some excuses, but still, you need to do better." But it reminded me of the Pirin Atalanta situation where the Atalanta player, I forgot his name, scored a tap in, and people were saying, "Oh, Pirin would have saved that." Absolutely ridiculous, based biased agenda. Vlahovic is playing poorly, but now it's coming to a point where people are asking him to score bicycle kicks and stuff like that. You know, do ridiculous stuff to score goals. We don't create enough chances. We don't. I've watched Napoli Milan. Napoli got their asses whooped. They still created a lot of chances. We don't. It's ridiculous. They lost 4-0 and they still created. In games we win, we don't create enough chances. We don't. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, if you want to say keep Milik and Keane up top for next season, good, you know, whatever. But there will be a point, I'll bet you can come back on this channel where we will be saying, not me, but you will be saying, man, we need a new striker because Keane and Vlahovic are not scoring enough. It's not based on, like, you can put Haaland up top. We don't create enough chances. We don't. We absolutely do not create enough chances. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you go over the stats, Vlahovic, the touches he gets in the box and the opportunities he gets in the box to take a shot, it's so low, it makes you want to cry. Like, it's ridiculously poor. And yes, he needs to do better with some basic stuff. But when you need to play like this and you don't get your goals and you're a striker, at one point, everything will go against you because why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? You know, nothing is going your way. You haven't scored a goal in Italy, so in Torino, basically, or whatever. Yeah, in Torino, since February. It's ridiculous, you know. When he goes to Serbia, he does well. Then people say, "Oh, he's playing against pop sides." What are Verona? What are Sampdoria? What are Nantes? Where we're still struggling. Like, what are we talking about? There is a difference. There is an issue. And to put only and solely the blame on Vlahovic is absolutely ridiculous because we've been in this situation before for certain people, certain players, and it's just deja vu at one point. Again, talking about the price, pointless. Vlahovic didn't ask to get bought for 80 mil or 70 mil. That's not Vlahovic. That's the club, you know. Do I think he's a great striker? Yeah. Do we overpay? Yes. Like I do think we overpaid for Bremer and Locatelli, but it is what it is. Again, I will not hold a price tag against a player because that's not the player's fault. That's the club paying the money to get the player. That's not on the player. People, media use that as pressure. I wouldn't because it makes absolutely no sense. You know, it makes no sense. If the club tomorrow turns around and signs Morata back and they pay him 50 mil to get him back and you will get 10 goals. You cannot say, "Oh, but he costs 50 mil." We knew that Morata will only give you 10 goals. If you paid him 50 mil to get him or 50 euros to get him, the goal involvement won't change. So I'll never hold a price tag against a player because that's the club's fault. It's on the club, it's on coaching to get him involved, and he's not involved whatsoever now. It's absolutely sad to watch, and you can see he's pissed, and it gets worse and worse every single game, to a point where even Di Maria was yesterday pissed, but he was playing poor to Allegri's defense. Like, he was holding on to the ball way too much when he just needed to quick release it, trying to force things, trying to dribble. He was terrible yesterday. But the Vlahovic thing is a big concern now. It is. Like, it's really worrying. Let me see. Ooh, no. Hamid is saying Di Maria and Dusan shouldn't be playing together. It's just not working. I think Vlahovic is better with Milik in the same team. But again, it's up to the coach to find a way to get your best players on the... You want the Di Maria? Now make it work. Because no way do you want Di Maria with in your mind that I cannot play Vlahovic now. You just paid 80 mil for him. So that cannot be the case. you need to find a way to make it work. And it's absolutely not working at this moment in time. It isn't. It's not working. So let's see. But it doesn't feel like it's going to click anytime soon. It doesn't feel like that. I will be out on Thursday and Friday, but there will be a preview. Julian's going to record that. That will drop on Saturday. So I'll quickly go with my preview for the Lazio game. I don't predict L's. Very rarely do I do that, but we're going to lose against Lazio, and I think we're going to lose 2-0 because we are playing this poorly. We are creating absolutely nothing at this point. It's going to be a very easy game for Lazio to win, in my opinion. It's just there for them to take the 3 points. They're playing well. They're flying on great confidence. Usually we have Lazio and Sadi's number, but what I've seen from the Verona game and the Inter game, it got worse. No, I just don't see us winning on Saturday. I think it's going to be the first L of April. And then you need to go back into the lab, quote unquote, and face Sporting, and then Sassuolo and Sporting and Napoli again and Inter again and Bologna. I don't think we're going to win against Lazio. I think we're going to lose 2-0 because what I've seen the last 2 games, we are not ready to face a team like Lazio at this moment in time. Absolutely not. So yeah, that's my prediction. My very early prediction on Wednesday already for Saturday, because you won't see me again until Saturday post game. So stay tuned for that. I will do a match reaction and maybe a live as well. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, go watch Justin's daily because he's back. And thanks for watching, and see you again.